Okay, so basically after about a half hour of pulling this apart, this is going to be a little bit longer form of video of a few minutes, but I ended up having to use a suspension fork to try to dig the ball gear out of the upper unit of the 1974 fiberform. It wasn't meshed properly when it was put together. I've had viewers comment on things of looks like it's aluminum and stuff like that. The case is, but the gears are steel. With them being meshed, I mean like this, I've already tried to dig that off the top just to see if I could, show to you guys anything different or anything like that. But I mean, it's just so chewed up. Even the inside of the case, I can go over a little bit more details right now. I know I did this right here when I was pulling the ball gear out, prying around. I'm not going to be reusing this upper unit case. I already have another one found out. I will be picking up, I want to say tomorrow sometime. I might post a video heading down there for the trip. But the other thing is just pulling the gear out. That's all the gouging from the gear from how it mushroomed. So it's just, I don't think the case will be repairable. I mean, the exhaust port right here isn't going to be an issue in the water. It'll just blow some air out through here. Not a big deal. Right here where it seals though for the ball gear, that's going to be an issue with all my marks that I've dug in and all the scores of it coming out. It'll no longer be able to seat properly or seal. There's just a lot of little things wrong with this that I don't want to try to replace or reuse. Like this quarter gear here, I'm going to pull the quarter gear because it's good. I'm going to keep it as a spare. But as for the brakes in here, they go all the way through. I mean, it's not just a crack or anything, it's actually broken. In fact, if I can lean this just right, this piece right here, if I pull this bolt, it'll just fall off. Right here it's cracked back behind. One more lift up, this will break off, and I'm pretty sure it's just going to shatter over here on this third bolt. And then from here, there's just a lot of little imperfections on it. It's nothing, well, other than here, I mean, there's nothing else that's really too big of a deal that I wouldn't be able to fix or reuse. I mean, if the top plate over there is any good, I'll pull it and look at it. But if that top plate's any good, I might take that off of it and the quarter gear. And that's all I'm going to use off that case. I've already found in Manzanilla, Colorado, a replacement upper unit, low profile, like what I have. And it's for an 84 instead of a 74. So at that point, I will be able to kind of do a little bit better with that. I'll probably just replace the impeller in it. It's already been checked over by other people, so I'm not too worried about the gear meshing or splines. I'm just going to buy a used unit, throw an impeller in it at this point. I'm already, a few $1,000s into this boat with what I've done for wiring and a whole bunch of other stuff that I'm doing, and I really don't have the money right now to buy it new. If I did, I would. I mean, I honestly, with the wear on the ball gears, I would say they need changed out, which is another good reason to swap this upper unit, but that doesn't count the intermediate. It also has a ball gear and a shaft on it. But also, look at this, the mushrooming on that gear right there. I mean, if I could focus this and get you into the light. I mean, it's just, there's really nothing I can do with that. I mean, the bearings were all good. Everything else was pretty good on it except the meshing of the splines between each other. So I hope this going a little more in depth clears up a lot of the reasons of why that I will not be reusing these parts or anything. I want to say I'll put a video Tuesday of starting to work on it. Usually I'm doing this by myself. I have to film everything along with work on it. If I had 4 or 5 hands, it would be way easier just to be able to hold a camera and film the process of doing this as well, along with the Trailblazer and everything else that I've done. I don't have enough hands, and a lot of this is starting to require some muscle put into it to pull stuff out when it gets this mangled. So if there's some other stuff that I can get into and show you guys a little bit better, I will definitely do that. But as for now, I think I'm going to wrap this up. Like I said, it's just none of that really seems usable to me, and I'm just going to do away with it, buy used parts, and put them together. So I hope that clears up a lot of issues with everybody with the questions that they've had and stuff on this upper unit. I took the extra time, pulled everything out for you guys. So, thank you guys for all the views, the comments, and everything else as well. You guys are helping the channel out. So thank you again.